What is up, y'all? This is Bo, the Cajun Towboater. As you can tell, I'm a little sick. I wanted to start this earlier, um, not earlier during the day, but like earlier during the week. But I got off of work. I was sick. Had to go to the doctor. Lost my voice. Wasn't strep. Uh, could have been like a going on tonsillitis, but they gave me some antibiotics, and it cleared it up. But I wanted to start this vlog playlist slash channel to give y'all excuse me, um, give y'all a little insight of what I do on my time off, and even from what I do at work and stuff like that. So I will be posting this in like the playlist, or I might make another like a sub channel for it. But hopefully you'll do enjoy it. So I'm just getting ready for my morning routine. Even though it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, just woke up on my days off. Um, I sleep a little bit because I barely get any sleep at work. So just getting ready for that. I'm gonna go and make some coffee in a little bit, but gotta start off. Gotta keep your teeth clean. All right, yo. So sorry, yo. I'm gonna go ahead and take this, and we're gonna walk that way through the house. All right, y'all. So what this first episode is gonna be is basically introducing y'all to me. I know if y'all seen my reviews and reacts and stuff like that. So my name is Bo. I am the Cajun Towboater, like I go by on here. I even go by that on PlayStation Network and basically all the stuff I do now because I am a towboater. I work on the towboats. I'm a tankerman, and I'm 37. I'm married. Have two kids. Um, my daughter lives with her mom. My ex, she's 16. My son is 7. My wife's at work right now, and a little bit of backstory on me. I was born and raised in Louisiana. Um, Fourth out of 5 kids. I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, a plethora of nieces and nephews. Um, my mom and dad have been married for sorry, um, 49 years. This past November made 49 years. Being the 4th out of 5 kids, I got away with a lot of stuff, like easier. Not as much as my little brother got away with, but me and him got away with a lot more than my older siblings. Um, and at 18 months old, I the uh, went to the doctor with an ear infection, and they found out I had a heart defect. I was born with transposition of the great vessels. Well, one version of it, one variant of it. It's called L transposition of the great vessels or great arteries. Basically means it's my right ventricle and left ventricles are switched. The bottom of my heart's backwards is basically how the doctor put it. But I was born with the one that was corrected congenitally. Um, it corrected itself inside the womb. I haven't had surgery to correct that. If I had C transposition of the great vessels, I would have had to have surgery to correct it. But the only heart surgery I've had, I was 23, and I had a valve replacement because of the way my heart's built. Like my old doctor used to put it. I say old doctor because he was old when I started seeing him when I was young. Last time I saw him, I was like 9, so I'm pretty sure he's passed away because he was really old. But he put it that my heart was built wrong, but it's plumbed right. So it was working, but my high pressure valve was in the low pressure chamber, and my low pressure valve was in the high pressure chamber. And it sprung a leak, basically. So instead of a heart valve doing this, mine was doing. And I wish I could get like the echo videos of it to show y'all what it looked like. Maybe I could find some online, but yeah, it was bad. I was 23. My daughter was 2 at the time, and I'd go to chase her, and I'd feel like I was dying. I was like about to pass out. I couldn't keep up with her, and she was 2. and I'm a grown adult male not being able to keep up with her. So I saw my cardiologist. I started seeing at around 9 or 10, and um, she was she is a pediatrician, the cardiologist, pediatric cardiologist. I'm 23, still seeing a pediatric cardiologist, and I go and tell her what's going on, and she's like, "Oh, everything looks good. Let's wait and see what happens." And I'm like, "Didn't I just tell you? I feel like I'm gonna die whenever whenever I run after my 2 year old." And she's like, "Oh no, everything looks good." So me, I was working for AT&T doing tech support at the time. Um, Knowing I had insurance, I switched cardiologists, and within a week of seeing the cardiologist, he told me he wanted to do an echo, and he didn't like what he saw. So he had me do a TEE, which is a transesophageal echo, which they knock you out and they stick basically like the little ultrasound thing down your throat. And he comes back to me like less than a week later, and he's like, "Hey, you're in heart failure." And I was like, "Great. So what do we do about it?" And he said, "Well, you need a valve replacement." So he talked to me about different things, and he said, "Well, let me go talk to the surgeon at this hospital, which was in the same parking lot as Cardiovascular Institute of the South um, in Lafayette." And he he comes back, and you could tell there's disappointment in his face, and he's like, "I'm sorry, the surgeon just says he just doesn't feel comfortable working on someone with your heart condition because he's never done it before." And I'm like, "Hey, don't be sorry. I'm glad he said that. Then, hey, let's try it out and see if this works." So he said, "I did contact Houston. There's a surgeon over there that deals with um, patients with your heart issues that has done surgery on this before, and he's an awesome surgeon. So we're going to get that scheduled." So at this time, I was being dumb. I was 23, was told that, "Hey, I'm in heart failure," which means at 23, "Hey, you're dying." That's basically what I thought. Like I said, I wasn't, I was being dumb. So I was going out self destructing. I actually keep the post on Facebook. They pop up around that time, about a month, starts about a month before my surgery. And it pops up and it's saying how much I spent on alcohol that night. Like I was just being stupid. Not saying y'all do not do this. This is, um, I mean, there was times I'd go out, I spent like $300 on alcohol, and that's just on me and my little brother, me and a couple of my friends and stuff like that. I'm driving home, wake up in the morning, don't know how the hell I got home. Like I said, not smart, self-destructing. Um, and I do regret that time, but I don't delete it because it reminds me not to be that stupid again. Um, and a lot of people have like a lot of people will say, "Well, that's I would want to delete that." No, that's I want to be reminded of how stupid I was, so I don't do it again. Um, and I know they say boys mature slower than girls, and sometimes it takes a little longer. And I can tell you now, I mean, you can. I'm 37 years old. I still play with action figures. Um, I'm about as mature as I'm gonna get. But but yeah, October 13th, I went in for my surgery, and it went well. They replaced the heart valve. At first, the doctor came in. His name was Dr. Ott, the surgeon, and great surgeon, great hands with the putting the heart valve in and stuff like that. Um, Not the best bedside manner, but I wouldn't expect. But as great as a surgeon he is, I don't care about the bedside manner. Um, I'm alive. It's been 14, almost 15 years. So he was talking to me about it, and he said we can do either the pig valve or the mechanical valve. And I asked him, I said, "Well, what's the difference?" He says, "Well, the pig valve, um, you won't have to be on medicine, and it usually takes pretty well to the body, as long as the body does. I mean, sometimes the body does reject it. Also, I mean, it could have rejected my mechanical heart valve too." Um, but he goes, "The mechanical heart valve, you have to be on blood thinner for the rest of your life. You may not have to have it replaced as long as everything's good. I mean, I have to go and I'm going to have to do that. It's hard to do that with having my son off of school right now, but Monday, whenever he goes back to school, I'm going to have to go check my blood thinner levels. And he said, you'll have to do that. And I said, well, what's the difference between the pig valve? He told me, he said, like I said, no blood thinner, but in 10 years, you'll have to get it replaced. And I was like, go ahead and give me that mechanical heart valve. I'm not doing this again in 10 years. Screw that. So we did that. I woke up from the surgery. First thing I remember waking up was them waking me up saying, Mr. Bonin, we need you to exhale because we got to take the breathing tube out. And that was the hardest exhale I ever had to do because, I mean, they had you bypassed on everything. So all I remember was going, and that was it. And I just felt the breathing tube come out. So they knocked me out again. Well, I fell asleep again. And then they wake me up again. Mr. Bonin, we need to take the catheter out. Do you want some morphine for that? And my mom said she's never seen me shake my head fast enough for that. So I shook my head real fast. And let me tell you, even though you're on morphine, you don't feel the pain or anything. But when they pull that catheter out, you just feel it. It was weird. So I passed out again. Next thing I know, I'm waking up and I'm in my room in the bed. And if you'll hear my son, I'm sorry. The first thing I asked for, because I mean, this was 2009. So first thing I asked for was, where's my BlackBerry? I want to tell everybody that I made it and I'm alive. So put it on Facebook. Got a lot of awesome thanks, God's good, stuff like that. Which is great. I love my family. I love my friends. They were all there. At one point, I found out that my dad we used my car. I had the only good car at that moment that could make it to Houston at the time, because my car was maybe like a year old. So we made it to Houston. My siblings came. They were all there for me. That's one thing. It's not many people with as many siblings as I have can say that we all get along and we have the love we have each other's backs and stuff like that. I mean, our ages range from 48 to 35, and we have each other's backs, and I love them. I don't know what I'd do without my siblings. The only one that wasn't there is because I requested her not to be there just in case something did happen. Was my daughter. She was 2 at the time. I didn't want her, if something did happen, coming and seeing her dad with all those tubes and stuff like that if I'm not going to wake up. Yes, it was hard to make that decision. It was also hard to talk and make that decision to say, hey, if I'm not going to wake up, pull the plug. That's the time y'all can let my daughter come and tell her father goodbye and just pull the plug. Don't leave me on a respirator, because that's all it's going to do. It's not doing me any good besides keeping me alive and building up the bill for someone else to pay. So now I'm glad it didn't happen that way. So, but yeah, that's one of the decisions I had to make. And even though everything went well with the surgery, it started building up. I started building up fluid around my heart, so they had to put a chest tube in to drain that. So now instead of just like the scar right here, I have like an exclamation point. So it's quite funny. It's a funny story to tell. But yeah, I mean, after a week, that was all done. It was just fluid of my heart trying to get used to the mechanical heart valve. And I can still hear it click. As we're talking, I can hear my heart valve click. Yeah, I got released from the hospital, went home, was told you're going to be out of work for 5 months. You can't drive for the 5 months. By my parents, they told me that, but come to find out, it was only 3 months. In 3 months, I'd be able to drive. I just couldn't go back to work until they got my blood thinner regulated and stuff like that. But yeah, so started driving again. Got a new lease on life, basically, and still made some mistakes. That I'll go into on another video. But as of right now, that's how my heart surgery went. Just letting y'all know about that. And let y'all know a lot of things growing up about a lot of people. hopefully y'all do enjoy these videos. Hopefully I can do more than just 1 or 2 a week or a month. I got so many videos I have to edit right now. Work's just been crazy. Um, been sick, the holidays. Um, yeah, it's just been nuts. But hopefully I do enjoy these. Hopefully I can tell y'all more stories whenever about my life growing up. And hopefully I can show y'all more about my job and my home life. I really don't know what else to say. What else to say right now? I'm about to make my coffee. About to eat probably some toast or something. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I do hope y'all have a great day, and you'll see some shorts and stuff about things I do throughout the day. But these videos are going to be more mainly the storytelling part of it, and you're going to see different things of throughout the day on these types of videos. The shorts are going to be like just little small things and stuff like that. But hopefully y'all have a great day. If y'all like these, like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I will see y'all in the next one.